We are seeing red today, folks. And it's not just coming from gold and silver, but pretty much every asset, whether it's stocks, um, gold and silver. The only thing that we're really seeing that's up today, relative to the US, I should say, is the dollar. And we can take a look here. You've got Nvidia down almost 3%. You've got Tesla down more than 4%. And of course, gold is down about 0.20%, not too bad. Silver's down about 0.85%, not as bad as some of these other guys. But the dollar's up 0.52% above the 93 level. Now, you may be asking, well, how is this even possible? We just got the U.S. retail sales data, and that disappointed. It was worse than the expectations that analysts had, and we got poor home builder data as well. Well, here's the thing, guys. I was thinking that same thing, but over the past couple of days, I've been alluding to something that I'm starting to see play out, and I think it's a twist in the story. Not necessarily twist, but I would say it's kind of I think it's more weighing on the magnitude of what we're seeing in the markets, and that is more of these talks of on tapering. Now, in about less than an hour, we're gonna see Jerome Powell talk, and this will be after we've had recent Fed presidents talk about the possibility of tapering. Now, obviously, with that possibility, it does a couple of things. It will give the dollar strength. A lot of these riskier assets, such as Tesla, especially these coming from the tech high growth over, quote unquote overvalued companies, you'll start to see them lose some strength. And of course, you would expect some weakness from gold and silver. Now, if we just happen to look at things in a silo, like if we just happen to look at silver and gold and say, hey, like silver is down and the dollar is up, but the dollar is up off of this US economic data that's weak, something's off here. Well, I would say, yes, that's true. Let's widen the scope and see what else is happening here in the markets. And if you take a look at some of these high growth names, why are they down? Now, that's why I have them here on the screen as well. And I think they're down because of this anticipation of becoming of less easy money. And that will come in the form of or at least or at least initially come in the form of these talks of, asset purchase tapering. And with Jerome Powell talking in less than an hour, some are expecting that he may start, hinting at, a bit of tapering that might happen, especially after some of these Fed presidents have been talking about it themselves. So I just want to do this quick video, give a little bit of context as to why we're seeing not only gold down, but some of, these growthier names down while the dollar is up. And we got that poor US economic data. And I think markets are starting to focus a little bit more on what we're seeing coming from the Fed. And some have already made this connection as well. Take a look here on invest.com. US dollar index rises ahead of a key Jerome Powell speech. If you scroll down, they mentioned some of the poor data that we got, but in this highlight here, they make mention of what I'm talking about. Still, the biggest catalyst for the DXY index will be the statement by the Federal Reserve Chair, who will hold a town hall session. In it, he will likely talk about the period for tapering of asset purchases, since some members have started suggestions about tapering. So with that, we are seeing a rise in the US Treasury note yield. Let me move this over so you can actually see that. And this is after we got that US retail data. It started to jump immensely. And that's also around the time that we saw gold and silver come down, but also during the time that we saw the dollar rise aggressively. So again, guys, I think focus now is on tapering talks and moving ahead. that's just something that I would be taking a look at. And I suggest you guys also take a look at it as well. All right. Let me know what you think